very good afternoon to you this first Sunday of the year, the 6th of January 2019. My name is Zainab Ismail. Welcome to NTV At One, and of course we have a lot lined up for you. But to begin off our bulletin here in Nairobi, where Education Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed is confirming that there were casualties at the Ngara High School here in Nairobi after one of the dormitories caught fire last evening. Property of unknown value was lost in the fire.
At around 6:30 p.m., fire broke out in Emerald Dormitory at Ngara Girls High School, Nairobi. The news prompted anxious parents to mill around the gate, trying to get information on the well-being of their girls. But no one will be let in, and this was for the security of the girls.
What I'm going to appeal to our parents for is to allow the school to continue with its business. Yeah. You have ways of communicating with the principal. She's going to continuously send you messages. It will be very difficult for us to allow anybody to go into the school right now. First of all, it's at night. We don't have adequate lighting there. We cannot verify who the parents are, and if all of you are parents.
All the girls sleeping in the dormitory that used to house over 100 students were marked safe as they were in their classes for evening prep.
No child was in the dormitory. Thank God, yes, thank God. So none of them was in the dormitory. The fire was immediately contained by neighbors, by the fire brigade that is with us. The director is here with us. Yes.
Property of unknown value was lost in the inferno. Nairobi County firefighters contained the fire in the dormitory. The girls who lost their belongings have been accommodated in other dormitories. Investigations into the incident is ongoing. Sharon Baranga, NTV.
All right, and just to clarify, the Education Cabinet Secretary has confirmed that there were no casualties as earlier stated. But let's now link up with our education reporter, Sharon Baranga, who is currently at the Ngara Girls High School. Sharon, what is the development so far?
Hello. Thank you, Zainab. We are at Ngara Girls High School. We have been denied access to the school, but from what we understand is that no girls have been allowed to go home or go to hospital. And so we, yesterday, the Education Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed confirmed that there were no casualties in the fire that broke out at around 6:45 a.m. It gutted down one dormitory that housed around 100 girls. And according to the CS, they were all accommodated in one of the dormitories that is supposed to be used by Form 1s, who of course are expected to start reporting in schools from tomorrow up to Friday. So according to the school's administration, I believe that they are looking for ways on how they are going to accommodate these girls who lost their belongings, because as from tomorrow we are going to have Form 1 starting reporting to this school. Now, according to Education Cabinet Secretary, there were no casualties. Everyone was safe. The girls were attending their evening preps at the time when the incident happened, and she just assured parents that everything was okay. Everything the girls are back to their normal activities, and we only have people going about construction activities outside the gate, but the guards here denied us access, saying that everything is okay, the girls are safe, and they are expecting to receive Form 1s as of tomorrow. Back to you, Zainab.
All right, thank you so much, Sharon, for that. Of course, we'll be continuing to keep an eye on that developing story there. But away from that, business was temporarily paralyzed at the Molo Sub-County mortuary following a dispute amongst family members of the late Patrick Thiongo, who died in an accident last week. The burial was stopped on suspicion that the deceased family was trying to strip the man's wife of her right as the legal heir and custodian of his estate.
The gates at the Molo Sub-County Hospital mortuary remained closed owing to the drama that was happening outside. The family of Veronica Thiongo, alleged wife of the deceased Patrick Thiongo, unrelenting over their right in the process, a right that they say their in-laws were trying to infringe upon.
Kwanza maombolezi watu wakuji, watuambie Kenya kinaendelea huko mbele. Sasa tumekaa kwa giza. Tumekaa kwa giza siku hizo zote tukigojea mashishi. Kumbe masisi imepangwa.
Umeolewa, umezaa na mtu, umeishi na yeye miaka yote. Kwa wakati alikuwa uhai, familia inakujua. Lakini akiaga inakuwa sasa amekuwa akiaga na kuna kitu yenye inaonekana itapatikana, anakuwa sasa ni wa mzazi. Mbona huyo mzazi yako anaishi na mtoto wake hata wakati alikuwa hai? Na wao watoto wenye tunazaa na hao wazee wenye wanatuoa, tutapeleka wapi hao wazee wakikufa?
Veronica had just recovered from the shock of witnessing the death of her husband when he was ran over by a vehicle. Unknown to her, her in-laws soon embarked on a plot that she says would affect her life and that of her 3 children.
Baskari walisema mimi nichukue ile kitambulisho na ile kitu ya hiyo karatasi sasa. Hiyo fami hiyo niende nayo sasa, hiyo ni mimi nitakaa nayo. Kukuja hapa sijui nini kumeendelea. Imeandikwa ikapewa mama kitambulisho nikanyaganywa, iko sasa na kila kitu iko na huyo mama. Mama ya huyo kijana akisema mimi sio bibi yake, mimi niko na hiyo watoto.
Vijana wetu hawatakuwa wakioa juu mzazi ndio amemnyang'anya mpaka hivi vitambulisho na kila kitu.
Unless tuambiwe kwenye venye huyu mama mwenye amebaki na watoto wake kwenye wataenda na venye watasaidika hata zikwa.
It is alleged that all this is on account of the insurance money due to the bereaved family. Efforts to calm the situation were unsuccessful as neither side was willing to yield. The body now remains at the Molo Hospital mortuary with no indication of a truce between the two squabbling sides. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
Now, a family in Sirisia constituency in Bungoma County was overcome by grief as it laid to rest its 3 members who perished in a tragic road accident along the Malaba-Kandui highway. The pain of the family was compounded further when supporters of the 2 local politicians who attended the funeral clashed, momentarily disrupting the function.
Vincent Wekesa lost 3 children in the tragic accident. He led hundreds of mourners in paying their last respects at his home in Mafungu area, Sirisia constituency in Bungoma County. The 3, Maximilian Wekesa, Lynette Wekesa and Sam Wekesa, were involved in a fatal road accident along the Malaba-Kandui highway. Lynette Wekesa, who was the eldest of the 3, was an employee of the National Youth Service. Maximilian Wekesa also died at the same hospital due to severe bleeding. Sam Wekesa, who was the youngest and 4th-year student at Kenyatta University, died at Moi Referral Hospital, Eldoret.
Nilikuwa naambia mama, tutasimama. Kila siku mimi nimekuwa very strong. Lakini leo nimekuwa the weakest.
Akanipa ndugu ambaye alikuwa rafiki yangu wa karibu sana, alikuwa motivation. Tulikuwa tunafanya mambo kama pacha.
Kitu ambacho kilinishangaza ni kwamba hawa watoto wakaanza kucheza mbele yetu. Ule wa msichana mkubwa alienda tu kwa kifua cha kukaa wake kila mara.
The funeral proceedings turned chaotic after supporters of the incumbent Member of Parliament, John Waluke, and an aspirant MP, Moses Nandalwe, shamelessly clashed in front of the grieving mourners.
Security, please! Security, please! Security, please! I want this. Hatuwezi kuruhusu nyinyi kuleta hapa sarakasi na sisi tunaumia.
The 3 were later laid to rest in an emotional send-off witnessed by close family members. Seth Olale, NTV.
And away from that, President Uhuru Kenyatta will tomorrow commission the Mamangina Drive development project in Mombasa County. The planned development of Mamangina Drive into a modern waterfront with a broad walk and other recreational facilities is one of the projects most anticipated by Mombasa residents, as it is one of the places that people go to spend their leisure time. The project is expected to transform and rejuvenate Mombasa into a leading and competitive world-class tourism destination. Let's now link up with our reporter Kevin Mutai, who is currently there to give us more details on that story. Kevin?
Well, thank you so much, Zainab. And currently we are here at Mamangina Drive. That is the newly place that is undergoing regeneration here in Mombasa, namely Mamangina, or rather Mombasa waterfront. This particular project costs 460 million shillings, and it is expected to take at least 5 to 6 months for its completion. But tomorrow we are expecting the head of state, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and other dignitaries to arrive at this particular place to commission this project. It is a project that we are yet to know if the county government will take charge or the national government will run, because we are told that there will be various recreational facilities in this particular place, including an amphitheater and several other joints whereby residents from Mombasa and also other parts of the country will be coming here to pass their time. And as you can see that preparations are underway on my left. As you can see from those pictures that you're getting on your screens, is that all these equipments are waiting for tomorrow for the arrival of President Uhuru Kenyatta and of course other leaders who will be here to commission this particular project initiated by the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. We are told that of course also we are expecting several cabinet ministers to be in Mombasa tomorrow for the commissioning of this project. Remember also this could be the fruits of the handshake. Remember President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga came together on 9th March last year to ensure that they do whatever they can to bring unity in this country. And of course this is one of the projects this year that will be seeing President Uhuru Kenyatta share the stage with Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho, and this could be the fruits of that particular handshake that the leaders are using to front various development projects towards helping the residents and of course the Mombasa County at large be that destination that is recognized worldwide for its various tourism attraction in this particular coastal strip. And we are expecting a lot of dignitaries from now. We are told that the tourism minister Najib Balala is yet to be here, and as you can see on my right already, I can see the PS tourism, that is John Okudo, is already here. I can also see different security officials, including regional coordinator Bernard Lepar-Marai. I can see Mombasa County Commissioner Evans Achoki is already here, and of course other people who are trying to do whatever they can to revamp this particular place. This was formerly known as Mamangina Drive, but as this initiative will be able to give this particular place a different name that is yet to be called Mombasa Waterfront. It is a project that it is expected to bring a new face to Mombasa and of course increase the economic value of this region and the country at large. We are expecting to, we'll be speaking to different stakeholders who are in charge of this particular program, and we are yet, or rather they are yet to arrive in this particular place, and we will be on standby to get to understand what this particular 460 million shilling project is meant for the country and of course to the residents and of Mombasa and the county of Mombasa at large. But for now, Zainab, let me hand it back over to you so that you can be able to get other stories. But we are on standby and we will be back with more updates on this Mombasa waterfront project underway here in Mombasa.
All right, thank you so much there, Kevin Mutai from Mombasa. We'll be taking a look at that launch tomorrow where President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to commission. But Kilifi North Member of Parliament Owen Baya has faulted the national government of a failure to deploy enough teachers to the county. The county has also been hit by massive teacher transfers, a situation that is leading to very poor academic performances. Baya says Kilifi County suffers a teachers deficit of 3,500. Speaking at Kiwandani within Kilifi Town during the opening of a new secondary school built by through CDF at a cost of 10 million shillings, Baya expressed dissatisfaction with the new revenue sharing formula proposed by the Commission for Revenue Allocation. It could disadvantage marginalized areas.
As a country, we must make an affirmative action statement for Kilifi. Tuseme hata kama serikali haina pesa kwa ajili ya elimu, lakini kwa sababu Kilifi kuna shida, lazima serikali iajiri walimu, ilete wapi? Ilifu. Ili hii shida ya kwamba kila wakati mtihani watoto wetu wanafanya nini? Wanaanguka itoke. Wakitupatia walimu, mimi na hakika kwamba zitatoka hapa Kilifi. But you can't have a whole county with a deficit of 3,500 teachers and you expect performance. You cannot get that. You cannot.
Now, the number of students who drop out of school in Malindi is on the rise. Stakeholders have now been urged to sponsor bright students to help them further their education. Magarini MP Michael Kingi has called on salt farms in Malindi to come together and provide bursaries for the students as a way of empowering the community. Kingi said education is the only weapon residents can use to fight poverty, which is alarmingly high levels in the region.
Hii ingekuwa imeanza hapo mwanzoni, tungekuwa tuko na maprofesa. Kwa sababu wakati nilisema pale kuna watu wetu wanataka kuajiriwa, nikasema watu kwamba hawako qualified. Ni kwa sababu hawapati support upande wa masomo.
And in other news internationally, preliminary results from the Democratic Republic of Congo's tumultuous presidential election will be delayed past Sunday's deadline, the head of the Election Commission has said. The announcement on Saturday has prompted fears as UN asks all parties involved to maintain calm amid reports of pockets of violence in some parts of the country. The commission, known as SENI, has said it has received only 47% of vote tally sheets as of Saturday. The opposition, represented by its two main candidates, Martin Fayulu and Felix Tshisekedi, said the poll was marred by serious irregularities. But the government says the election was fair and went smoothly. All three major players, Fayulu, Tshisekedi and Shadari, have claimed that they are on course to win without posting specific figures.
Calm but very tense ahead of the announcement of the results of the elections. There are preliminary reports of some pockets of violence and, people being injured.
All right, I'll be taking a look at stories making headlines in the world of sports with Ida Waringa after this break.
I'm Ida Waringa, and after 15 years, Dennis the Menace Oliech is officially back in the Kenyan Premier League and has been cleared to play for Gor Mahia as the match pitting the defending champions against current Kenyan Premier League leaders Mathare United kicks off at 3 p.m. today at Kasarani in the peak of 8 league games to be played across different venues. Meanwhile, Machakos will host a double-header with KCB taking on Kariobangi Sharks before AFC Leopards play Nzoia. Bandari and Sony Sugar will go head-to-head at Mbaraki, both teams separated by just 1 point on the log. Kakamega Homeboys will be hoping for all 3 points against a lowly placed Posta Rangers at Buhungu after Vihiga play Mount Kenya United at the same venue. Chemelil will play host to Western Stima as Ulinzi welcome Zukericho to Afraha. Moving on, the Kenya Lionesses will be hoping to retain their title after making the top 5 shortlist for the Safaricom Sports Personality of the Year Soya Awards Women's Team of the Year in the 2018 edition to be hosted in Mombasa, January 11th. That will be next week, Friday. Now, Lionesses will come up against the Telkom Hockey Team, Equity Hawks Basketball Team, Kenya Ports Authority Basketball Team, and the National Women's Volleyball Team, Malkia Strikers. Nairobi Water Handball Team and Kenya Prisons Women's Volleyball Team made the preliminary top 7 but couldn't impress for the final top 5. Lionesses defied all odds to win the elusive African title for the first time after beating Uganda 29-7 in the final. Meanwhile, Telkom, the 2014 Women's Team of the Year on their part, reclaimed the Africa Club Cup title after spanking champions Ghana Revenue Authority 2-0 to win a record 10th continental title. They also won the national championship unbeaten. Let's go international now, where Arsenal cruised through to the FA Cup 4th round with teenager Joe Willock scoring twice at Blackpool. The 19-year-old striker headed in.
much, Ida. Well, that brings us to the end of our bulletin this hour. Many thanks for keeping us company. More news in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Zainab Ismail. Good afternoon.